Court. Hello, Orla.
Hi Sharon, how are you?
Good, good. It's good to see you today. Welcome to Indulge in Writing.
Thank you.
We are going to talk today about your writing life and what you do in writing, and you're going to give us some tips and where people should be with their writing if they want to be successful. So I thought we'd start off, we'll just go for it, and we'll ask you about your writing life, Orla, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
I suppose I started off completely by accident into writing. My kids had nothing to read one night, and I promised if they'd go to bed for me, I'd write them a story. And I found the words tumbled out of my mouth, and yet I was saying suddenly, oh my God, how can I fulfill this promise? I don't write, basically. I came from a technical background, and the whole creative express part of me was non-existent. So suddenly I had this challenge, and I just basically sat in front of my computer, a blank canvas, and I suppose my kids at the time were young, and everything I wanted to teach them as a mother, but they wouldn't listen to me. I just poured into a little story about forest animals who overcame adversity, learned to work together, look out for each other, and appreciate their environment. And I found I incorporated little messages into it, and I found I absolutely loved it. And the part of me that was dormant suddenly became alive again, and I realized, wow, I can actually, the power of words, I can actually influence, change lives, do whatever I want, make magic come alive, spark something in everybody else's imagination, just like it was sparked in my own. And I just found I loved writing after that, and it's a great way of capturing memories and just recording events, because writing is such a skill, and people seem to almost apologize, when they write. They almost feel like, oh, are people going to think I'm full of notions, full of myself now, or who do I think I am? Do I think I'm the next J.K. Rowling? And it's not like that. Writing is so personal. It's an extension of yourself, and I suppose that's how I felt. So when I actually decided to publish my own books, I kept them secret. I didn't tell anybody I was doing this. And it's only a few months later I went, oh, by the way, I did this, and I think we tend to apologize before we pat ourselves on the back. And I think we need to totally step away from that, be really proud of what we do.
Well said, Orla. That's just what our group needs. It's just to come out and say, yes, we write and we love it, and we want to move forward with it. Yeah. So I know that has taken you on to a different side, or to the next plane of your writing life. So do you want to tell us about what you do in that plane, if you're following?
Yeah, I suppose I only ever wrote my books for my kids' eyes, but when I felt the message was really strong, I said, I better actually learn how to not just print copy for my kids, but share this message throughout the world. But I suppose when I started off, I hadn't a clue. And I suppose, like, I didn't know about, contacting the press, setting up social media presence, keywords, optimizing titles, nothing. And I've learned so much since then. And it's actually only since I was accepted onto an entrepreneur program for turning what I do into business that they made me look at it completely different. Look, if you want to offer this as a service to somebody else, you need to step up in your mark as well. You need to learn a lot more than what you actually are doing. So I suppose I have, over the years, thanks be to God, gone on from strength to strength. And I remember worrying, how can I ever compete against the big publishing houses in Ireland? But it's really through word of mouth that my business has totally taken off, because I'm a person. I'm always there. Because I come from an author background myself, I know what it's like. I know how lonely, how frustrating, writer's block, just every problem that goes with writing. So now I know how to actually support. I'm not just a publisher. I'm there to actually, build relationships. It's like I'm when I work with somebody, I'm in their camp. They're not in my camp. I'm in their camp. It's all about the author. That's why it's very important that I talk to them. What exactly do you want for your book? Who's it for? What would your book look like or feel like? I know it's not there yet, but what does it look like and feel like to you? Who do you most admire? What covers do you like? What style? And everything I do is totally customized to what they want. I don't tell them, oh, you're going to get this and you're going to get that. It's, what would you like? And that's what it's all about. And that's what makes me, I suppose, different. I don't do conveyor belt service. It's personal, bespoke. whatever the author wants, the author gets, you know.
Wow. So you'd sort of take the author by the hand and lead them through the process. Okay. So if someone contacts you, they get am I right in saying, Orla, they get a complimentary consultation? And
yeah, because
talk them through what
I'm finding is there's two types of author. There's the one who's very savvy and has done the research and knows what they want, and so they've come with very specific questions, okay? And sometimes they've been burned before, and so they're coming skeptical, a little bit suspicious, you know, and that's totally understandable because I've been burned before, badly. Handed over my credit card way too fast, gone, absolutely. Look, I was done, so I know what it's like. And then where you know, you don't read the small print and you don't know what you're signing up for or what you're not getting, which is even worse. And then you have the other authors who maybe don't know much about the whole self-publishing route, so they don't really know what questions to ask. So then I kind of more take them through the route. And then when they start getting it, I'm able to answer their questions, you know. And again, the main question I'm finding for people is, what exactly do I get? Can you put in writing? So I don't want there to be any surprises down the road. Or so again, my proposals are very detailed. They range from about a page and a half to 2 pages, bullet points, so you know exactly what you get completely. And I think that's very, very transparent then, you know. And really people tend to go with that then because they know what they're getting, and it's everything's signed off and there's no ambiguity.
Yeah, I think as well, it is such a lonely road, and it's great to know that there are services out there of a personable person who you can work with if that's what you want to do, you know.
Yeah.
People might want to paddle away, but it's just good. I didn't realize that there was the Orla Kellys of the world, you know, when I was starting out. I would have loved to.
Well, you did brilliant. Don't worry, you did brilliant.
Oh, look, no, I'll need you. I'll be back to you, as they say. But can you just because we're in Indulgent Writing and we're looking sort of for the tips now, as it were, without giving away, you know, all your trade secrets to us.
Yeah.
But could you just give us a few tips of what an author needs to have in place if you're looking for the best publishing experience? That's just, I know
think,
fast.
Yes, I suppose it kind of can vary between fiction and non-fiction. I have a lot of authors who are non-fiction coming to me now, business professional, life coaches, industry leaders. And I suppose fiction books or non-fiction books are a little bit different because they want to get bound for a particular niche. So for them, the keywords, the titles, subtitles, the genre, very, very important for them. And sometimes I'm finding they may be emotionally attached to a particular title, but it may not be a title that will benefit them for them to be found. So I ask them, well, is this book for your actual business to be found? Or is this just a book you want to have to give to others and it's not as important, the title or the subtitle? So again, I need to ask those questions, so they need to make an informed decision. For fiction, then again, I would say to any fiction writer, just like your book, brilliant. I love that, you know, the subtitle is very, very important, and to put up on it, you know, gripping psychological thriller or something like that. So someone, when they're looking at it, they will know immediately what type of book it is, so they'll know whether they're interested or not. Otherwise, a particular title may not tell them anything about the book. A picture can be misleading. So really, they need to they need to be open to this change and to implementing these changes. They need to also have a little bit of homework done. What type of a book cover are they most attracted to? What ones are actually performing well in the genre that they're looking to compete in? Other than, okay, there's probably a massive budget behind, but what do you like about their covers, their titles, their subtitles, their description, their author profile? What do you like about them? And for them to take notes and say, well, I love the font style of this, but I love the actual the cover design of this one, and actually marrying them all together, you know. If it's a particular branding or brand logo that goes on it, color themes. And again, having your author profile engaging, we don't often need to know the irrelevant stuff. Have it kind of catchy, have it kind of interesting, maybe even a little bit quirky, because again, don't be afraid to show some of your personality, but just make sure it's also relevant. Also, it's very important that they are out there or have a social media presence, because that will stand to them. I have loads of authors coming to me and they have no social media presence, don't even know how to use social media, and yet they're wondering how do they market their books, and they have no idea, and they're coming at it totally cold, and it's too overwhelming for them now. So I think definitely, because then when you have a social media presence, you can always get a Facebook banner done and change your header with your book cover on it. Same with your Twitter profile. There's an awful lot you can do, and there's an awful lot of free tools out there in social media for promoting your books now as well, So definitely jump in there and be prepared to work.
Yeah, I think that's what we're hoping to do in Indulgent Writing, that we're going to build people up, slowly. Some people will be starting at the sort of, just starting writing, and others are that wee bit ahead, in that they're self-published already and they're looking for the traditional publishing route. So I suppose we'll be working on all of that and trying to figure out what people want from the group. So it's just even good to know that there's services out there that people can go to for the self-publishing information, because I know there's a couple of people who want help with that, and go through it. I mean, we can build up the the CV and the social media presence, and we're going to do all of that, and their bios.
Great.
And all of that with us, so that they're kind of ready, I suppose, to go to that next step, so that they're not, like, I suppose, wasting time later on wondering, oh no, now I have to start all this other stuff, So it's building up and building up the confidence too, because I think sometimes you're kind of, it's so vast, as you know. So it's to build it up in little steps and to help people get confidence. So that's kind of
absolutely. And even giving a sneak preview of your cover, different samples. Here's a little sample chapter of what I'm working on. Again, just building a little bit of suspense, a bit of relationship, because otherwise, if they go to look for the author afterwards and they can't find them anywhere, it looks like the person has just crawled out from under a rock, So they need to actually be there. And I suppose that's what I have learned myself. I did nothing, and I suppose over the years, that's why I'm trying to see my authors who are most successful are the ones who are out there on social media. Hands down, they're the ones who are most successful.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's building up the relationship with your readers and all of that, or trying to, and to build up your writing life. So that's really what Indulgent Writing is about. So
yeah.
We'd love to have you back on, Orla, to talk us through things, maybe, if you would.
Absolutely, anytime.
Where can people find you if they're looking for you?
Well, my website is orlakellypublishing.com. I'm based in Cork, but again, it's great. I mean, I love meeting people. I love connecting with people, and I'm always here to help, because I've been a writer myself. I know what it's like, and I will help anybody as much as I can.
Thanks, Orla. We really appreciate that. And they could follow you on Twitter anyway and see you on there as well. I think it's at Orla Kelly, isn't it?
Orla Kelly author.
Okay. Yeah. So they can follow you and they can follow this, and we can build up on Indulgent Writing, and then they can contact you if they need to then at orlakellypublishing.com.
Publishing.com. Yeah.
Perfect, Orla. Thanks so much. This has been great chat, and we'll talk to you again.
Thanks a million, Sharon.
Thanks.